We have to acknowledge that Easter is not Passover. One celebrates the deliverance of ancient Israel, the other commemorates the resurrection of Christ. So while Passover contains a powerful foreshadowing of the sacrifice and death of Christ, it doesn't speak to his resurrection. Now, don't get me wrong, it's no coincidence that Jesus celebrated his Last Supper as a Passover Seder, and his death and resurrection occurred during the very Pesach holiday that had been foreshadowing his suffering for almost 1,500 years. But Passover isn't Easter. And so because the early Christians felt it important to commemorate the resurrection of Jesus, and we can certainly understand why, they really only had two choices for doing so. So on one hand, they could have opted to change the nature of Passover as commanded in the Torah and expand it to include a celebration of the resurrection as well. And in that case, 14 Nisan would be the date for celebrating it. And I'll be honest, that option makes a lot of sense to me. The only downside is that it disconnects the celebration of the resurrection from the day of the week on which God raised Jesus, because 14 Nisan falls on a different day of the week every year. This year it's on a Monday, I think. On the other hand, the early church could have chosen to do what they did and separate the celebration of the resurrection from the observance of Passover. And while some may protest celebrating Easter on any date other than 14 Nisan, the council's decision was neither unbiblical nor illogical. In the end, Scripture doesn't require a celebration of the resurrection, so being dogmatic on the date of Easter doesn't seem wise or profitable to me. The particular date of observance is far eclipsed by the importance of the event being celebrated. Our focus this time of year should be on the victorious work of Christ, our Messiah, who walked out of his grave that historic Sunday morning, defeating sin and death and reconciling mankind to God.